Hello everybody, welcome back to another video review. I am catching up on all the movies that I missed in 2014, all the good ones at least. I saw The Equalizer sometime last month, I forget when I reviewed that, but I liked that one a lot. That was considered a good one. I said that would have made my top 10, it would have knocked Snowpiercer off. I still have to watch How to Train Your Dragon 2. I still need to see the Babadook. I really want to see the Babadook actually. And I still have to see Birdman. Birdman looks really cool. My one friend says he loves it. I think he said it was his favorite film of last year. But I'm not here to talk about those because I haven't seen those ones yet. Today, I'm talking about Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is another one of those films that was just got rave reviews all around. It was considered one of the best films of 2014, and I can see why. It's a very unusual film. It's an art house thriller film. It's not art house in the sense of it's not even as art house as something along the lines of Drive. It's just very more artistic than most thriller films are. And you know what? It is a solid thriller film. One thing I will say about it though is that it would not have ranked in my top 10. It would not have at all. It's a great movie, but I feel as though what I had in my top 10 gave me a little bit of a feel-good feeling. It did make me feel so down and things like that, which is why I said The Equalizer would have knocked off Snowpiercer if I saw Equalizer before Snowpiercer, because when I saw Snowpiercer it angered me and made me feel depressed about watching it. Great movie, but that's just the feeling that it gave me. Similarly to this. Now it didn't anger me, it's just really weird and really creepy. Jake Gyllenhaal is fantastic. Jake Gyllenhaal in this, he gives the creepiest performance of the year, and I have to say, mad props to him, mad props indeed. I have not seen someone pull off this much of a creep in a long time. It feels so genuine the way he does it. And I'm not even that big of a Jake Gyllenhaal fan. I love Donnie Darko and I love Source Code. But he's not Jake Gyllenhaal in this movie. He's the character he's portraying. And that's something that's not seen very often in films. I normally see movies where they're playing themselves but they take another person's name. In this, he's playing this character, and you know what? He is phenomenal. He is so weird, so creepy, so cringy. I watched it with my friend Zach yesterday, and even he was just strung out the entire time. This movie is very intense. It is wonderful. If I didn't see Equalizer, this would have been the one that knocked off Snowpiercer, because I do like this a little bit more than Snowpiercer, because while it's not an action-packed thrill ride, it's still very well suspenseful. And there's great suspense in it. Sorry, I screwed up my wording there, but just the way everything is, it's just so weird, so creepy. And almost every character in this movie is over the top almost. Jake Gyllenhaal, crazy and over the top. All the people he works with are all over the top portrayals of, the news media. And basically this whole movie is a reflection of how people want to see violent media. They want to see the graphic stuff. It's not subtle about it at all, whatsoever. This movie is not a subtle movie in any way, shape, or form. It's very in your face about basically everything. It's a very violent movie, but not violent in the fact that while watching it, the violence is seen happening, as in people getting shot or beat up. All the violence is after the fact, and it is very brutal violence. The thoughts going through the head of what happened. I mean, some of it's obvious. It's obvious what happened, but just imagine seeing it and picturing it through the head makes it a bit creepier. And there's a weird twist at the end about what his big breakthrough was. And it's basically a reflection of what I said about how the news media is basically only focusing on the violent stuff because that's what people want to see. And they'll even alter the facts just so that way they can get the bigger story. And the final thing he catches is one of the most suspenseful things I've seen from 2014, and it's great. It's edge of the seat great. and I'm just thinking about if this would have knocked off Snowpiercer if I didn't see Equalizer, it might have stayed at a solid number 11. Even now, so maybe it's number 11. This and Snowpiercer, they're the weird ones for me because they're both fantastic films, but they just have this feeling with them that kind of leaves a grossed out, angry, depressed feeling in them. That's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all. But I'd rather just not feel as depressed and angry after I watch a movie because, life's depressing as it is. So I don't need a movie to make it any worse. But this movie is just wonderful. Even if it's kind of gross and depressing and angry. It's just a phenomenal film. Most movies can't even compare to this. Some of the movies on my top 10 list may not have been the most well-made or even better film than this. But because this movie right here, I'm pretty sure this is the first time the director, I think this is his first time directing, and it's just I can't give this movie enough praise. It is wonderful. Definitely see it. Rent it first, because like I said, it is kind of depressing and angry feeling and kind of gross, but it is definitely worth a viewing, if not for Jake Gyllenhaal alone. Everything in this movie is over top and exaggerated to the point of where it just works. Even his partner, is basically the most underplayed one, and even he is a little bit exaggerated. And like I said, the way it all comes together works phenomenally. Even his rival people who are looking for the news sources are all exaggerated. I'm pretty sure the one's Bill Paxton. It doesn't say on here. I am almost certain that one guy's Bill Paxton. His adversary, let me see if I can find it on here. Yeah, Bill Paxton. I thought so. One of those things, I hate when I see an actor in a movie that I know is in other things, because I always second guess myself. I said, that's Bill Paxton. It's not like Edge of Tomorrow where it's certain it's Bill Paxton. Something about this movie made it feel like it may not have been a Bill Paxton. I don't know why. And even his partner, I forget the guy's name who played him. I forget who played his partner, but I know I've seen that face before. Maybe it's just a familiar face, but I have a feeling he's been in other things. But anyways, back to the movie. Nightcrawler is a wonderful, phenomenal film. I cannot give it enough praise. Definitely check it out if you get the chance. I give it a solid 4 out of 5. Definitely give it a look. Take care.